speaking of people who are scoring goals, I wanted to take a look at the top scorers in the tournament so far. The people that are making a name for themselves. Baghdad Muneja, he has 3 goals so far in the tournament. Remember, Emilion Sue for Equatorial Guinea, he scored the first hat-trick in AFCON for the last almost 10 to 12 years. We've not had a person scoring a hat-trick in Africa Cup of Nations. And then you have Lamine Camara for Senegal has 2 goals. Lassina Sinayoko for Mali has 2 goals. And then we take a look at the other top scorers that we have in the tournament so far. Mustafa Mohamed for Egypt, so far 2 goals. Bertrand Traore for Burkina Faso, 2 goals. Mohamed Kudus for Ghana, 2 goals. He scored against Egypt. Then you have Gelson Dala yesterday scored a brace. These are the top scorers of AFCON 2023 so far, and probably this might end up changing towards the end of the tournament. So let's move away from the top scorers. Let's take a look at how the tables are. Which team is top of Group A? Which team is top of Group B? So we begin with Group A. Equatorial Guinea, 4 points so far from 2 matches played. Nigeria, 4 points from 2 matches played. The host Ivory Coast, they have 3 points from 2 matches played. Guinea-Bissau, of course, they are yet to win in that group. We move to Group B, very, very interesting group. Cape Verde, 6 points, they have already qualified. Egypt have 2 points, Ghana has a point, and Mozambique has 1 point. Now in Group C, this is where we have the defending champions. Senegal, they have 6 points, already qualified to the next round of the competition. Guinea have 4 points, and then Cameroon has a point. Gambia yet to register a point. Now in Group D, also a group that is very, very interesting. Angola, 4 points. Burkina Faso, 4 points. Algeria, hoping to get a win in their final group match so that they can qualify. And then Mauritania is bottom of that group without a point. We move to Group E. This is where we also have some action today. Namibia will be playing South Africa later on. Mali are topping it with 4 points. Namibia with 3 points. Tunisia still have a point. South Africa yet to register a point. And Group F will also be having action in Group F today. Morocco, 3 points. Congo, 1 point. Zambia, a point. And Tanzania yet to register a point. So let's get into the fixtures that we have for the day. 3 fixtures to be specific. And we'll see Morocco take on DR Congo. That will be at 5 p.m. Later on, we'll have Zambia taking on Tanzania. And the match that will be played late on, we'll see South Africa take on Namibia. Now, I want us to come take a look at in-depth of what to expect from these teams. And we begin with Morocco taking on DR Congo. Very, very interesting fixture that we have, Cedric.
It is this tie. It is quite interesting to an essence that here we are playing World Cup semi-finalists. And that again, we also have some silent bullets that can as well as kill in the side of DR Congo.
Yes.
Remember, this DR Congo, if you really clearly dissect that particular team, you will again realize that it has a caliber of player that can really match Morocco. The likes of Maswaku trading at the fullback 3. You have the likes of Kalulu at fullback 2.
Yes.
You have the Chancel Mbemba trading at centre back.
Yes.
Already that their back line has already given you the quality to stop the like of traveling Hakim Ziyech from the flanks and the likes of Unahi. The only thing that I think and I've seen really working, and again, Morocco knows how to treat it, is to bypass the midfield. Remember, if you watch Morocco, most of the Morocco matches, they rarely play at the midfield. Amala and Amrabat, they are just there like destroyer. They play like the defensive midfielder. But most of attack from the Morocco angle, they come from flanks. More so.
Before we get into Morocco, I know you are very passionate about Morocco. Let's talk about DR Congo. Chancel Mbemba, Yohan Wissa. What are you expecting from these two? Of course, Chancel Mbemba, rather for Wissa.
Wissa.
Yes, in attack.
I saw Wissa, they deploy Cedric Bakambu as a number 9.
Yes.
Then isolating him from the rest of the team. But I saw them playing their first match and I realized it would have been so much service to them as opposed to the service if they can play front three.
Yes.
Front three to the essence, like Cedric Bakambu is aligned the same line with Wissa. You saw how they scored in their first match.
Yes.
There was a nice combination
between
where Cedric
Bakambu and Wissa, yes.
he's so rich enough to win the ball.
Yes.
He has the body that can really take the ball and control the space. And he has the composure in front of goal. To an essence that he's not that so hungry to go in and score. He can as well as pass that ball. And that's what really give them a goal whereby he settled on the ball and then he gave with a ball. If they can play their front three and utilize their front three,
yes.
they will be able to get goal, as opposed to isolating Cedric Bakambu from the rest of the team. Now, if you isolate Bakambu, it means Bakambu every time will be just roaming around the box. Remember, if you play like number 9, everything that you know is for you to attack the space around the box. And you get so isolated. If you get frustrated from the essence of getting goals, then you end up not scoring.
Yes, Morocco have a very, very lethal squad. You have the likes of Enesri, you have Ashraf Hakimi, you have the likes of Unai, you have Sofiane Amrabat. I mean, what are you expecting from them?
El Nesri, I think, will come head-to-head with the Marseille defender Chancel Mbemba
yes.
at the center, and he knows the trait that El Nesri can. El Nesri is so dangerous in air.
Yes.
That's the only way. You need actually every time to be closer to him, to destabilize him, to make that he does not win those aerial balls. Because anytime, and most of the goals, I think if you go by the percentage, around 60% of his goals are scored by headers.
Yes.
And these are the things that you need to try and avoid. And the likes of ZH knows this, because when they travel, every time when they are traveling along the flank,
yes.
they will always bring those dangerous crosses. They always outswing us to ensure that El Nesri latch on those particular kind of ball. Chancel Mbemba at that particular time, and this player who tried for Simba, I think they are pairing with him, is called
Feston Mayele.
No,
Feston Mayele.
He played for Simba as a number 5. I think they are the one who will be pairing with Chancel Mbemba at the center back, and then Maswaku and Kalulu from the flank. They need actually to reduce their defensive line into the box, to an essence that they deny all sort of space that can allow these players to get closer to the danger area. Remember ZH, even on dead ball, it's quite dangerous when he gets those balls around that particular box. Similarly, at the middle of the park, Amrabat need actually to be boxed out of his space. Don't allow the likes of Amala, the likes of Amrabat, to control the ball at the center. Because if they get the ball, if they win the ball, it means they will have all acreage of spaces to pass those balls to the likes of ZH and then bring them back 45 to the likes of El Nesri. Sofiane Bouffoul, which is a very dangerous player when he comes from the bench, can also as well as come and damage this particular team.
Yes.
Unahi, whom we saw, looks so slim, but when on ball,
yes.
he's so strong and lethal, and he knows where to place the ball, and he can as well as dance within the box. Those are the things. Deny these people space, deny this player as much space as they can, so that they feel frustrated, and also don't allow them to play in your half, as what I saw them playing against TZ. They really enjoyed a lot of possession in TZ Tanzanians half,
yes.
which is quite dangerous to allow a team of Moroccan caliber to play within your space.
The other fixture that we have for the day, Tanzania will be taking on Zambia. Jirani anacheza leo. So, what are your expectations here?
You know, it's only a matter of time before we enjoy this kind of battle. Just similarly like what we saw yesterday. It might be a quiet game on paper, but I'm touting this game to be one of the fireworks. Similarly, simply because Tanzania will not actually giving Zambia so much respect they deserve. Zambia have dropped their respect since 2012, since they won Africa Cup of Nations. And if you go by how they played their first match, also they sat back for a very long period of time within that particular match. They were absorbing a lot of pressure from the DR Congo. And this, if Tanzania had time to watch that particular game, that is a competitive upper age to them, and it gives them some kind of believability.
With Tanzania firing Adela Mrush, how does that affect them going into this evening's match? Briefly.
Yeah, of course, if in the dressing room, if you had some kind of connection with the players, it have some kind of affect the team, because the team here will feel like we are not really ceding so much to whoever that is taking over. But remember, this is a national role. I remember even after Morocha has gone, their president, Samia, was on record actually trying to give them some morale boost, psychological boost, and telling them that, yeah, you played well in your first match, and we believe that maybe going to your second match against Zambia, who are our neighbor, you can as well as give us something to smile about. And I think that only can really make the team start believing that, okay, put Amuruch away from you, and then you focus on the tournament. But I tell you for free, if Amuruch, and if you go by how these coaches and how Muruch used to actually to really gel with the team here in Kenya, if that has been the spirit and the culture that he has really taken to Tanzania, it will have a very huge impact to this player.
Time for prediction as we wrap it up. South Africa versus Namibia, who's winning?
South Africa versus Namibia, that's
who's winning?
A Kosafa derby.
Yes.
I predict a draw.
A draw.
Yes.
Tanzania, Zambia?
Similarly, a draw.
A draw.
Yeah.
Morocco, DR Congo?
Morocco will win against DR Congo.
Thank you very much, Cedric Musumba, for coming in this afternoon to give us your views on the Africa Cup of Nations taking place in Ivory Coast. And that is how we wrap it up here on Scoreline. My name is Robinson Okenya. I'll be seeing you tomorrow at 1:30 on Inside Sports. Have a good afternoon.
Scoreline